see cup of noodles on there.
We had noticed that Zoe was having some trouble reading, but when I heard her class all together, I heard that all of the kids were struggling to read really in the same way.
This is Sold a Story, a podcast from American Public Media. I am the host of the podcast, Sold a Story, How Teaching Kids to Read Went So Wrong. And it's about one idea. Kids are not being taught how to read because for decades, teachers have been sold an idea about reading and how children learn to do it. And that idea is wrong. The idea was for them to see the same words over and over again and memorize them.
It really makes them perform reading.
These were things kids were supposed to do when they came to a word they didn't know, strategies to figure out the word. They were things like, look at the picture, think of a word that makes sense. What the cognitive science research shows is that beginning readers need to be taught how to sound out words. If they don't learn how to do that, many of them never become very good readers.
But this other idea has been out there that's caused this core element of reading instruction to be left out.
The people who have been selling this idea somehow ignored or explained away a whole lot of evidence that showed the idea was wrong. And they went on to make a lot of money.
And we investigated the one publishing company and their four main authors that sold it to the education system. These people were seen as experts. They teach at prestigious institutions.
Their books on teaching reading became must-haves for teachers.
I used to call them my Bibles.
Yeah, I kept it as my Bible.
The most moving response that we've gotten are from people who've written to us and said, I always thought I had a disability, but I'm starting to realize no one ever taught me how to read.
What's different this time is that parents are now asking questions of their school. How do you actually teach reading? Do you cover phonics? Are you following basically what the scientific evidence shows?
I really put together a curriculum around the science of reading. The progress that Zoe has made from reading is really like nothing I've ever seen.
After Sold a Story, it was a lot of teachers saying, I didn't know this, I want to know this. There are people all over the country. They recognize themselves, their children.
The podcast gave it a legitimacy where the conversation opened up.
School districts are changing one by one, playing parts of our podcast at these school board meetings.
It's called Sold a Story.
Sold a Story.
It's called Sold a Story.
I'm a reporter.
So there's a real grassroots movement that's different, and states are getting involved.
Since the podcast, 15 states are taking some kind of new action related to reading instruction, and we've been able to show that a lot of that really is directly related to Sold a Story.